This story is called Marley Sharks Turns Purple by Alicia Day. The sailors carried bananas in their boat to sell on the mainland. Marley, also known to be the friendliest shark in the world, swam alongside their boat every day. The sailors threw him bananas to eat and treated him a bit like a pet. They even made him a crown of flowers, and Marley did a backflip in the water to say thank you and to show how pleased he was. Today was different. It was the end of the banana season, and the boat now carried blackberries to sell on the mainland instead. The sailors couldn't wait to see Marley trying his new breakfast. They threw some blackberries into the water. Unfortunately, Marley didn't eat them. They didn't look like bananas, so he left disappointed and a bit hungry. The men were all quite sad. The next day, Marley returned for his food. Once again, Marley saw the strange shape of the blackberries in the water and watched as they bobbed up and down on the surface. The sailors decided to throw blackberries into the water, aiming directly at Marley's mouth. This time, success! It was the greatest moment of Marley's life. He could see rainbow colours, and the taste was amazing. Marley took some blackberries home to give to his family, as he was sure that they would like to try them too. What Marley didn't know was that blackberries did something strange to sharks. He had turned purple, the same colour as the fruit he had eaten. When he arrived home, his entire family stopped what they were doing. His mother stopped cooking, his father stopped reading, his younger brother even started giggling. They all stopped and stared in Marley's direction. Marley was so excited that he did not see them staring at him. He looked in the mirror. "Who is this purple stranger staring at me?" thought Marley. Marley's father did not know that it was the blackberries that had made Marley turn purple, so he ate one from the bowl. It was a taste sensation, so delicious and sweet, yum yum. However, within a few moments, Marley's father had turned purple too. Marley's younger brother saw that it was the blackberries. He thought it would be great fun to turn purple, so he quickly gulped down several in one go. He changed colour in an instant. Marley's mother was very sensible and took the blackberries away. She hid them in the refrigerator. Several hours passed by, and the shark family all returned to their normal colour. It seemed that the more they ate, the longer the colour lasted. Marley was so keen on the blackberries that he decided to have a late-night snack without his mother knowing. His mother heard a noise, so she got out of bed and saw Marley in the kitchen. She asked him if he had eaten any of the hidden blackberries, to which he replied, "No." Then, all of a sudden, Marley turned purple, and his mother saw straight away that he was not telling the truth. He gave a nervous laugh, and his mother could see the blackberry stains on his teeth. His mother said that he would no longer be able to eat them, and perhaps he would have to eat sardines again. Marley was very upset and sorry that he had lied to his mother. He definitely did not want to eat sardines, so he promised always to tell the truth. His mother forgave him and said that he could eat blackberries again, but not without asking her first. He gladly agreed. Marley and his brother thought that it was funny turning purple. They wondered what all their friends would think if they took some to school. They had to ask their mother if they could take some. She said yes, but just for one day. One by one, all the young sharks turned purple as they ate the blackberries. They all liked eating them. After school, the young sharks told their families about this wonderful new treat. The next day, there was a queue for breakfast as the sharks lined up by the boat. At school, most of the sharks had turned purple. The headmaster took the rest of the blackberries and went back to his office to have a little think about what to do. Whilst thinking, the headmaster decided to try a blackberry. They were so tasty, and he too turned purple. He couldn't ask all the pupils to write lines or stay behind after school when he was purple as well. When the headmaster returned to his normal colour, he thought that he should have a meeting with the teachers and the parents to solve their new problem. The headmaster called the parents on his telephone to invite them to the school. On the day of the meeting, Marley's best friend, Mr. Sardine, arrived at the school with Marley's parents. Mr. Sardine was safe with them. Some of the other sharks thought that he was a family pet, and others thought that he must taste bad, and that's why Marley's family hadn't eaten him. Some of the other sharks, and even a couple of the teachers, were purple. The headmaster started the meeting and asked the parents for ideas to stop all the sharks from changing colour. What were they to do when they liked eating blackberries so much? The headmaster said that it was very confusing for other fish in the sea. They didn't know what the new purple creatures were. The other sea life was so curious that they had started taking pictures of the purple sharks. Some of the older sharks didn't like having their photograph taken. They tried to cover up by painting themselves to look like the smaller fish, even though it looked a bit silly. All the other fish thought that they looked odd too. Also, it was harder for the sharks to catch their food because they could be seen from some distance. Some of the sharks were feeling a bit hungry, even though they had eaten a few blackberries. Mr. Sardine was a very wise fish. During the school meeting, he told all the sharks that in England, people have Pancake Day. It is a very special day when everyone eats pancakes. He had read about it in the newspaper. None of the sharks knew what pancakes were. Even Mr. Sardine was not sure himself, but he knew that people did this. "Perhaps," said Mr. Sardine, "we could have Blackberry Day. We would all be purple at the same time, and it would only last for a short while." All the other sharks thought that this was the best idea. One or two sharks even said aloud that they would give up eating fish and eat fruit like Marley, all because Mr. Sardine was such a clever fish. This caused a stir and a few stares and tut-tuts from the other sharks. Marley was the only shark to turn purple every day, because he ate blackberries for breakfast too. This didn't matter though, because his friends and family still recognised him. Mr. Sardine didn't turn purple, but oddly, he didn't like blackberries either. The young sharks decided to use a calendar. It was like an advent calendar, and they could count down the days until Blackberry Day. "Only 355 days left to go," said Marley's younger brother. They all smiled. The end. Thank you for watching. More to follow. Please subscribe to my channel.